Good evening to you. I'm not sure what the average Friday night entertainment is like in Hasselt, but anyone lucky enough to have a ticket for the darts here at the Etihad Arena is in for a treat tonight. It is time for the European Championship second round.
Hasselt, Belgium!
I'm here to win my fourth European Championship.
He wins very comfortably.
If I can take Michael out, then got a good chance to get to the semi-final.
Yes, indeed. Oh, absolutely perfect.
Beat Merv King.
Oh, a cracker.
Well happy. On to the next.
From Alan Norris. Is that a game changer?
Boom! I'm into the next round now.
Simon Whitlock gets the job done. Good finishing from K.Anderson.
First round, played well.
K.Anderson marches on.
I'm in the second round. Here we go.
Jelle Klaasen
I'm in it to win it.
through to the next round.
Come on.
Oh,
What a time.
That's incredible.
I'll battle through and battle hard.
Gerwin Price showing some bottle.
Mensa next.
Fabulous entertainment.
The ball will do. No trouble for Mensa Sulovic.
And here's how we line up for this evening's session as we move into the second round. First up, Jelle Klaasen, who made short work of the injured Christian Kiss last night. That was a whitewash. He takes on K.Anderson. Then is Simon Whitlock, who was European champion back in 2012. He's up against Alan Norris, who beat Mervyn King yesterday. Michael van Gerwen's ankle seemed to hold up OK last night as he beat fellow Dutchman Jan Dekker. And he faces Ian White tonight. And we finish with what looks like a competitive one between two men who both squeezed past our high breaks last night. Ronnie was beaten by Gerwin Price, and Mensa Sulovic just about got the better of Kim. So he is here. It's a longer format now. So all these matches are the best of 19 or the first to 10. And I'm joined by my two favourite darting friends.
Oh.
Love you two. You're all right. Got no other friends. NVG last night was absolutely fine. We think hasn't massively been tested yet, but he's playing Ian White tonight. How do you think he's going to fare over the next couple of days?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Ian tonight. His form's sort of gone up and down throughout the season, really. But, I mean, listen, he's capable of turning him over. Do I think it'll happen? Very, very unlikely.
Klaasen, well, he looked good last night. It was a whitewash against Christian Kiss, but he was really, really struggling with arthritis in his arm, and that massively affected him. Did we learn enough about Jelle and his form with him taking on Anderson?
Not really, because he probably thought once that game started, I'm going to win this OK, and just really went through the motions. He did play OK, let's be fair to him, but he wasn't pushed at any point during the match, and 6-0 after the second leg looked like it was going to be an option, and it was in the end.
Do you see him reaching the latter stages of this tournament, Jelle?
I don't know, it's a tough game for me against K.Anderson. It's a coin flip. I think K.Anderson averaged around 96 or 97 in his game. I think Klaasen was around 92, which was impressive against an opponent that didn't show up. Sometimes they're even harder to play against when they're really suffering. But yeah, for me, the first game's a coin flip.
Well, he beat them 10-0 at UK Open earlier on this year in the quarterfinals.
Crazy.
Did Jelle. It was a fantastic victory for him then. But what about K.Anderson? We know that he's given up so much to come over from Australia. He's now based in Nottingham with his wife and child back in Oz. How impressed have you been with him, bearing in mind that he had to miss a lot of darts due to that visa problem?
Well, yeah, when you look where he could have been, you know, he missed not just the World Championships, which is the biggest, obviously. He missed the Players' Championship finals. Didn't have a chance to qualify for the Grand Slam, missed a few Players' Championship events. You know, it really knocks the stuffing out of you, but he managed to sort it out eventually, and he's come back quite strong this year, to be fair to him. He's putting a lot of work in, you know, and winning that Auckland Darts Masters really put his name up there on the pedestal, but he needs to move on from that now. We know he's a good player. We know a lot of these players are good players, but it's about doing it at the right time on the big stage.
How hard do you think it is for him, bearing in mind that he is away from his wife and child, and he's going to be missing them massively, and so difficult for him to get to see them?
Yeah, very, very tough. Fortunately, I think the events there over in New Zealand, Auckland, Australia, so I know he went home then, but it's very tough, but there's a lot on offer. You know, there's financial security for himself and his family for the rest of his life. You only need a 2 or 3 good seasons in this sport, and you're set for life, literally. But yeah, it must be tough. He must get lonely. I know you know, Mac and all the team look after him. I think Corey Cadby's planning on coming over, and I think they'll end up staying together. So at least he'll have some familiar company. But yeah, it's a tough price to pay, but the rewards are there, and it's whether you want it enough. And it just wouldn't be feasible to keep commuting, you know, back home.
It's not round the corner, is it?
No, it's
Exactly. Well, Mensur Suljovic, the Austrian, was runner-up on this stage last year. He's got Gerwyn Price as the last match on tonight. Mensur only just got through his opening match against Kim on the decider. Very, very close one from him.
Well, he kept his head, didn't he? And when you get a player who's winning things and just at that moment in his game, I mean, we look at last year. He got to the final here last year. Yeah, they got beat quite well, but that was the start of the new Mensur. You know, he's now a winner. He's won a major tournament. He's there and thereabouts in a lot of others. He's beating all the big players on the TV stage now. So he kept his cool at the right moment to get through that match.
Okay, well...
Yeah. Their head-to-head list is quite remarkable. It's 7-1 to MVG, to Gerwyn Price, and he's not beaten... Mensur's not beaten Price since May, well, I think before May last year, and they played 5 times since then, which I think is an incredible stat. They played recently as Barnsley, I think in October, and he turned him over there, so who knows?
We do love incredible stats around here, but we also love a little bit of conversation and a little bit of insight from our players as well, which we're going to get now from Jelle Klaasen and K.Anderson, who are first up tonight in the arena. Both men have been talking to Dan Dawson ahead of that match.
Former world champion Jelle Klaasen and the reigning Auckland darts master K.Anderson facing off in the second round of the European Championship. Jelle, you've run into this guy many times before. It can't be a surprise to you, the strides he's been making over the last few months.
No, I think he's one of the most natural talented players, and he's a great guy, so it's going to be difficult to play him.
Kyle, you made the quarterfinals here last year. Must be a venue you like.
First time playing here last year. I got a couple of wins on my belt, and I think it was against Peter Wright where I just struggled a bit. But we're different year, different game. Me and Jelle always have good games, so I'm looking forward to it.
Do you feel like a different player coming into it this year, having won a couple of PDC titles and thrown a number of 100 averages recently?
Not really, no. It's just a matter of things just coming into form, doubles falling in, and triples going in better. Like, you get some days you get deflection, some days you don't, and I've just happened to have good strides lately.
Now, you have made the quarterfinals of big ranking tournaments a couple of times. Once was here last year. Once was at the UK Open. When you ran into this man, things didn't go quite according to plan. Different day today, though.
I can say it's a bit warmer in here, don't you? Remember that? So, no, I'm looking forward to it today. Me and Jelle have been chatting. We throw together, we practice together. So it's just going to be happy and good game.
Jelle, I know that meeting at the UK Open where you whitewashed Kyle, that was different circumstances, but you have had a lot of close battles. It's very close in the head-to-heads, where you can expect a good game here.
Yeah, Kyle's such a different player now. Now he can hit his doubles. He's always been good at the scoring, but he's good at finishing now as well. So I just have to keep up the scoring with him and finish a little bit better to beat him. But I'm feeling good, feeling confident, so I'm looking forward to playing him.
I know you guys are quite pally off stage. There's no friends on stage, though, are there?
Sometimes a little bit, but that's wrong. But we have to be enemies on stage. But sometimes I'm too friendly, and that can cost me games. But I'm trying to rip his head off tonight.
Ripping his head off. These two go into war tonight in Belgium.
The best of frenemies tonight. Let's get the second round underway. The crowd are well up for it in the Etihad Arena in Hasselt. And our MC John McDonald's always up for it. Here he is.
Hello, the very warm welcome. You've joined us live at the Etihad Arena here in Hasselt, Belgium. Hello, welcome along to the second round action of the Unibet European Darts Championship. Brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, live on ITV Sport, as we now welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. It's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, from Australia and the reigning Auckland Darts Master, time to meet the original K.Anderson! Netherlands, the former lakeside champion, the Cobra, Jelle Klaasen!
Plenty of vocal Dutch supporters in the crowd tonight. Kicking off for us in the commentary box, it's Chris Mason and good evening, Stuart Pike.
Hi there, Jackie. Glad to report that they've let Chris Mason hear from his day job in the local Italian down the road. But yeah, we both agree. We've just been saying it's too close to call. You know, who do you want to pick? Who do you want to pick? And it's very difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we could play this one out 4 times and it would probably be 2 apiece. It's the good friends, practice partners, and it really is a tough game to call. And I mean, I know that 10-0 result to Jelle, but that's just one of those things, and Carl really didn't show up that day.
He was excellent in beating John Henderson 6-1, clinical, ruthless. Jelle didn't have too much to do, but you have to say he was ruthless as well. Christian Kiss was wounded, injured, of course suffering from arthritis in his throwing hand, and there was no sentiment. Klaasen just got the job done as quickly as he could and put him away 6-0.
Yeah, you can do nothing else. You just have to get on with it. Wishing him a speedy recovery.
95. George Noble, our referee for the opening match here of the second round. That place at stake, a place in the quarter-finals. K.Anderson got there last year before losing to Peter Wright. Jelle Klaasen has a terrific record in this tournament, by the way, because he's reached the quarter-finals of the European Championship in the last 4 years.
Impressive. Well, it's almost like a home venue, I suppose. Doesn't have to put up with the flights and whatever else goes with the commute from Holland, which they must do now on a weekly basis, so it must be nice to have something reasonably local to him.
41.
Poor start from Anderson so far. 12 darts thrown.
Oh, Paul, he's got to go for it. Well, he did.
25.
That worked out all right. I mean, he missed by a long way, but with Anderson back on 243, it was worth the go, because a 170 finish would fill you with confidence. He's got to finish it off now. It's got in the double 5, so that means it's double 15 for Klaasen.
Oh, if he takes this hit, now he'll be beginning to question his decision to go for the ball. But
well, he probably is, yeah, but I still think it was the right thing to do. He may lose the leg here.
77. He requires 30.
Edgy start.
This time, Jelle.
22.
Well, with an unlikely looking hold of throw.
5 missed darts at double from Klaasen. So no whitewash for Klaasen this time. Yeah, that 10-0 victory over K.Anderson in the UK Open at Minehead last year. That's the first leg, of course, that Klaasen has dropped after that 6-0 over Christian Kiss.
10-1 now.
10-1.
97.
So the mistake he made was not going for the 170, but not finishing off the leg.
Yeah. Well, he had enough chances.
30.
And he was so far in front in that leg, but who knows? If buts and maybes.
You wouldn't have been able to help yourself.
No. Oh, God.
But
Straight
I
at
agree
it.
with that. Entertainment as well. And
81.
if he gets it, different complexion, isn't it?
Statement of intent, isn't it?
Of course it is.
57.
But that's gone.
Letting his
He
opponent
lost.
know what he's feeling.
Yeah, they are great friends. Touched on the fact that K.Anderson had all those problems with a visa to get into the UK last year. So a lot of the time he actually stayed with Jelle Klaasen at his home in the Netherlands while he was waiting to see what happened, because of course he could go to Ireland and play in the World Grand Prix, he could come here and play, and he could play in the European Tour events, but he couldn't go to the UK. So he was like in holding, if you like, in transit with Jelle in Holland.
You're going to go into the old Brexit debate now with me, or are we going to finish that there? Anybody with visa applications, contact Stuart.
Well, happily, the red tape was cut through, and Kyle is okay and playing on and able to ply his trade around the world.
98.
So he
Great
should be.
effect.
Massive break opportunity now for Anderson, who looked like going 1-0 down, now looks like going 2-0 up.
It's going to be awkward the way that Kyle's darts go in.
It was a blocker, wasn't it? Double 7.
108. Kyle, you require 20.
0 out of 6 on the doubles for Jelle Klaasen. 2 out of 4 on the doubles for K.Anderson.
Both legs won 19 darts.
But
If only the standard was like this all the time.
Both are prolific 180 hitters. Let's hope that they can find some range and rhythm on the treble 20.
But both suffer that same thing as typical big scorers. They don't have a B game. And this is sort of a perfect example of that. Both averaging in the mid to late 70s.
Here we go.
Yeah, on another day, they'd be averaging mid to late 100s. First 180 of the match. And it goes to Jelle.
121.
The signs that they're picking up the pace here.
Talking of Jelle, have you seen all the people dressed as bananas?
83.
Do you think they're going to have a skinful?
Spent 2 hours thinking of that.
Just getting it in there before Wazza.
50.
So another leg, which is Jelle Klaasen's to lose, you would think.
Has to find a treble.
41.
Oh.
Kyle, you require 170.
Both real edgy.
Oh, this would be a huge blow for Klaasen, having missed it in the opening leg.
98. You require 100.
Tops. That's what he went for.
60. Kyle, you require 72.
Has options 36-36 or 48-24. Tops.
Oh, that is ruthless. That was brilliant from K.Anderson.
How about this then? Last time they played 10-0 Klaasen. How about a 10-0 Anderson?
140.
How much has that first leg affected the mindset of Jelle Klaasen?
Exactly.
Klaasen lost the quarter-final to Michael van Gerwen here last year. K.Anderson lost to Peter Wright.
133.
Peter Wright looked good early doors, didn't he, against Matai?
He did. Carrying on where he left off, winning the German darts masters in Dusseldorf last weekend.
More like it.
140.
More like it from both of them, to be fair. Last couple of legs. He played at a good pace as well.
Well, it will suit each other. Jelle likes to get on with it.
88.
So does Kyle. Should stay there to leave tops.
48.
Tidies it up nicely. Pretty sure if Anderson would have been on a finish, he'd have gone the treble 20 or 2018 ball route.
Oh, finally, it took him 7 darts to find a double.
And then it's hit him 1.
Yep, and he's in the match.
Game on.
And a 13 dart leg. Central, Kyle holds throw.
Well, a chance here for Yella.
60.
Well, there's nothing that Anderson's been doing that should scare Yella at all. It's absolutely ordinary. So it's just a case of him cleaning up his own act and finding that red bit with regularity. And that 3-1 can soon become 3-2, 3-3, and on we go. First 3 legs of this match were won in 19, 19 and 18 darts for Anderson, so nothing there to fear whatsoever. This is more like it.
140.
Still waiting for his first 180 of the match. One of those that's just going to ebb and flow, isn't it? Got that feeling about it already. Both look edgy.
140.
Hanging in by a thread, but it counts.
100. Kyle, you require
This
52.
could be the best leg of the match. Potentially a 14 darter to hold for the Australian. He needs tops. It's a good guide. Surely it's a good marker for him. So it proved to be. So it's advantage Kyle Anderson here in the first match of the second round. The Australian cashing in on Klaasen, missing. Kyle Anderson leads 4-1. Friday night, the 10th staging of the European Championship and our first second round game. In other words, the winner will be the first man to go through to the quarter-finals. It's advantage the Aussie, Kyle Anderson 4-1 up on Jelle Klaasen. Klaasen missing 5 darts to take the opening leg against the throw. The pendulum swung pretty quickly in favour of Kyle Anderson after that. So Klaasen with it all to do as he tries to reach the quarter-finals of the European Championship for a 5th consecutive year.
And ahead in the majority of the stats, apart from the double attempts and the percentage of doubles hit, 1 from 7. And that's why he finds himself 4-1 behind. He will be looking to win this second mini session. 4-1 himself, 3-2.
An absolute minimum requirement.
Yeah. He's going to have to throw in 3 of the 5 legs, so he'll be looking at trying to break 57. The Anderson throw just the once, and we'll be back at parity.
Great leg after the break, a second maximum for Klaasen. Looking an 11 darter.
121, you require 41.
Couldn't finish his dinner at the moment. Unlucky not to be a max. Catching.
15.
Missing doubles is as infectious as hitting
98.
them.
5 more missed darts at double.
1 from 12. Oh, look at this for a steal.
60. There you are, 5.
1 out of 12 on doubles.
3. Kyle, you require
Flashed at that
38.
one.
It was a terrible lie for him.
Double 16, decided to split it.
That's why.
Great move.
Kyle Anderson.
He was nearly 300 points behind.
Yeah, hit 180 in the leg. Still on the way to lose it.
The winner, by the way, will play Mencius Sulovic or Gerwin Price in those quarterfinals.
Quite an incredible start that. He's not beaten him since last May or something, Sulovic. They played 5 times since last May, and the last time was last month in Barnsley. Pricey won that one as well, 6-4.
80.
The previous meetings have been 6-3s and 6-2s, so not even close. Might have the sign over him.
140.
The Klaasen scoring has been good. 500s, 5 tons, 7 140s, 3 180s.
5-1 down.
But the only stat that really matters as far as Klaasen is concerned, 13 missed darts at double.
100.
Not good reading. 5 from 10 for Anderson, which is pretty much bang on where they'd expect to be.
50% checkout success rate.
57. You require 81.
Well, he likes tops, so I'm surprised he didn't go for the ball there. And if it's a 25, 16 tops. If it's a ball, he can go 15 or 11 double 10. He's never going, you know, 57 and double 4 and then go inside that double 6. Next thing you know, you're chasing him around the board again.
Well, I think relief more than anything for Jelle Klaasen.
Well, his 2 winning legs have been in 13 and 14. In between all that, really ordinary finishing.
Well, Jelle Klaasen, you know,
43.
Here's one for you, Chris. One of only 4 players who were here in this tournament who played in the very first European Championship all the way back
100.
in 2008 in Frankfurt. Klaasen is 1. Who were the other 3?
You know, give me a little bit of notice. Merv King.
That's 1.
Barney. Joke.
Brilliant from Kyle Anderson. We'll give you a minute or 2 to think about that. First
96.
maximum for Kyle Anderson. Well, Chris is trying to cheat then.
The rustle of paperwork.
Yes. Oh, brilliant again from Jelle. Well, he's hit 3 180s in the last 3 legs, Jelle Klaasen. His scoring has been outstanding.
135.
And brilliant again. This is a cracking leg after 12 darts. The Klaasen. Oh, much more like it. Brilliant, brilliant leg from Jelle. Game on. It is game on now after the last 2 legs from Jelle Klaasen.
Has to hold now.
Yeah.
60.
4 players here in Hassel who appeared in the very first one in Frankfurt in 2008. Jelle Klaasen, Mervyn King, Mencius Sulovic and Vincent van der Voort.
120.
Well done if you got 3 out of the 4, I reckon.
Yeah.
A tough one to get. Now this is a game, isn't it? It's living up to the pre-match billing. That's 5 180s in the last 4 legs between them.
6 in the match.
Well,
leaves 170. 3rd time we've seen that left in this match.
90. Kyle, you require 170.
I wonder. Did set the crowd alight.
60.
Well, 140 here from Klaasen. Well, that's unfortunate. Two well-thrown darts for not too much reward for
Huge
Yellow.
advantage now to Anderson. Love to clear it up with this throw. Tops. Great finish, great leg.
With a big leg to the match. The first one when Klaasen missed 5 darts to break, and leg 6 when he missed 7 darts to hold. And K.Anderson still checking out at 50%, 6 out of 12 for the Aussie.
Well, only one leg over 15 darts, and that was an 18 dart leg in this
43.
in this second session so far.
Well, it's a key leg, this, isn't it?
6-4 game on, 7-3 game over.
You would think.
140.
We said the minimum requirement here for Klaasen was to win this session 3-2.
Yep.
140. 60.
2 visits of 60 in this leg. Good enough.
60.
140, 180. 180 leaves Menzer. Has to be careful. 176 left.
48. Yellow require 158.
Of the two, I'd rather be going at 160 than 158.
96. Kyle, you require 160.
Would you a big finish, surely?
And again. Oh, what a shot this would be.
120.
But Klaasen was watching.
Yes.
62.
Heart would have been in his mouth.
Huge
Big
dart.
dart.
Huge dart for Jelle Klaasen. A little wry smile from Kyle, who missed tops for a huge finish, but Jelle Klaasen stays in this enthralling contest here in Hasselt. European Championship, second round. It's 6-4 for K.Anderson. Well, at the end of this second day here in Hasselt, we will know the first 4 men through to the quarter-finals. K.Anderson and Jelle Klaasen. It's been a gripping encounter. That last little session was terrific from both of them. 5 180s, a ton plus finish from Anderson, missed doubles from Klaasen. Anderson missing tops for a 160, and Klaasen hitting the same target to stay in the match. So 6-4 it is. First to 10, be the first man into the quarter-finals.
How big will that 62 turn out to be?
140.
10 or 15 minutes time, we could look back at that. Could have been a pivotal moment, but great response. Break probably came at the right time for Anderson.
6 180s in 6 legs from both players, 3 apiece.
That's great, actually. 36 after 9.
Well thought out as well.
We've had an 11 dart. Did we get an 11?
We've had a 10 darter as well earlier on today.
Oh, we did.
For Benito van der Pas.
Scared of it.
No score.
No more mistakes this time.
36.
Klaasen waiting to pounce. What did Klaasen do to Kyle? What Kyle's done to Klaasen already on 2 occasions. No is the answer.
60.
Must win leg again. Klaasen is the number 5 seed.
140.
Having reached the final of the German Masters and 2 other semi-finals and 2 other quarter-finals. And a successful year on the European Tour for the Dutchman.
What have we lost? Just the 1 seed?
Joe Cullen, who missed 4 match darts to beat Stephen Bunting 6-3 and lost 6-5.
Did a Vinny.
Easy one.
Did a Mason.
Was good.
Kyle is very good at that.
Yeah, he is.
That's a 4th maximum for the Australian.
Timing. Look at the grouping. Could have got that on the head of a pin.
That's for the treble 19. So it was fantastic from Anderson, but it was the response from Klaasen was magnificent. Now he's got to finish it off.
Fabulous leg from both. Massive leg.
He's 1 break behind.
Yep.
But he has to break Kyle twice to win the match.
He's going to start running out of legs.
140.
Already 81 behind plus these.
81.
Smashing that treble 20 to bits.
Yeah.
Well, started this leg with a 140 and followed it with 81 and 60, giving Klaasen every chance to get back in the leg.
58.
And he can't take it. 180 to leave tops. Look at the room. Another 10 in there. Just call me Mystic Mason.
141. Kyle, you require 40.
So tops to go within 2. 5 maximums in the last 6 legs for Kyle Anderson.
10 in the match. 5 apiece. Bump off those 2. How's that not gone in?
158.
Now, can Klaasen find something sensational?
Negative.
8 scored.
28. Kyle, you require 40.
A hold of throw and to put him within 2 legs of a place in the quarterfinals.
Well, he's missed 5 darts now. Oh, how important is that? Klaasen was hoping.
What we can do now is hope.
84.
Consider how ropey this match started. It's actually developed into quite a little tussle.
Enthralling. It has been.
97.
Can Klaasen find a way back? This is exceptional. Stinks! 180s in 6 legs.
Let's hope he don't go out in double 6.
95.
All the 6s coming up to Halloween.
Oh, this is magnificent from K.Anderson.
121.
Piling the pressure on Klaasen.
When he's on it, he is some player.
134. Kyle, you require 107.
Treble 17 for double 18.
89.
91 is huge.
91.
Should go bull, but he's going treble 17. No, I'm not.
51.
Oh dear.
Kyle, you require 18.
Speechless.
Well, the bull route.
Absolutely.
Yeah, had to be, had to be. Splitting it. 10 for double 4. Double 2.
14.
3 darts missed for 9-5.
35.
No one misses twos.
Yeah, 5 out of
Baby
23.
double.
Yeah.
In charge and a 14 player. K.Anderson.
Well, I think that
15
is probably that.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
Game on.
Throwing for it.
10-5. Solid enough start.
Yeller.
You take 4 tons and take 101 out.
Yeller can only have himself to blame.
96.
Well, the doubles from the very start. 22%, 5 from 23.
100.
And that is where this game has been won and lost. And little bits on the outside.
Just to remind you, Simon Whitlock against Alan Norris to come, followed by Michael Van Gerwen and Ian White, and Menzies Sulovic and Gerwin Price to round off Friday night. Day 2 here at the European Championship in Hasselt in Belgium. But it looks very much as if K.Anderson's weekend is going to be extended.
John and Alan following us in the comms for that next match. And we're back in for MVG versus Ian White. Looking forward to that one.
99. Kyle, you require 65.
$25. Yep. 9. And tops for the match.
25. You require 108.
4 19s. Oh. Tops. Oh, what a finish. Where does that come from? Where does that come from?
16 playing yellow to throw first. Game on.
Couldn't buy a double. And then pops a finish like that out.
58.
Carl with 1 dart for the match at tops.
96.
Can Klaasen find a way back from 9-5 down?
59.
Not with darts like that.
Nope, already surrendered the throw. Couple of trebles here. Well, at least one.
58.
Couldn't find one. A little bit of a let off for Klaasen.
82.
Perfect placement of the first dart.
85.
That's pressure. That's winning line. Treble 20, leave 170.
132.
May see the 18s. Should do now. Should stay there.
128. You leave 170.
Another one of those for double 18.
134. 134.
No, 134 for Kyle. Another one of those. Well, he's unlucky. He really is. The kiss off the barrel.
Yep.
Taking it into the treble 2. So Jelle to get another leg back.
28.
Wowzer.
Kyle, you require
Well,
50.
summing up his match, 6 out of 26 on the doubles. Is Jelle Klaasen putting his darts in his pocket. Tops for Anderson. To become the first man through to the quarterfinals of the European Championship. It's a desperately disappointing Jelle Klaasen, but for a second consecutive year, K.Anderson makes it through to the last 8 of the European Championship. In the end, a convincing 10-6 win over Jelle Klaasen.
What a fabulous victory for Australian K.Anderson over Dutchman Jelle Klaasen. Kyle winning 10-6 here in Belgium, and he's the first man through to Sunday evening's quarterfinals. Well, the players had similar averages tonight of 90, 91. Both men missed 20 darts at double over the course of the match. And Kyle now can reflect on his win downstairs with Dan Dawson.
Kyle, you were coasting at the start of that game without playing particularly well, but when Jelle came at you, you just moved through the gears.
I think at the start we were more worried about each other's game. We weren't worried about how we play. Jelle's a fast player. I tried to dictate the pace and I couldn't. I found myself, every time I turned around, it was my turn to throw. So it took a bit for it to happen, and first break, I felt better after.
You had a little spell in the middle of that game where you really did step it up. 6 180s in 7 legs. How satisfying is that to be able to do that when you needed it?
It felt good. Like there was a couple of shots where I just didn't feel right, and then some shots where they went in well. And the 180s, there should have been more. There was a couple of shots where it should have went in more. The first start was plumb, and it didn't go in after. But as you say, mate, it goes and it goes, and when it does go, it does go.
Back-to-back quarterfinals now, the European Championship. It's going to be Mensur Suljovic or Gerwyn Price for you next. It doesn't get any easier.
It doesn't, mate. Look, you got Gerwyn Price and you got Mensur Suljovic. Mensur, my old buddy. What can we say? It's going to be a good game, whoever it is. I'm looking forward to it. I'm here to do a job, and hopefully the job gets done.
Well, look, you're coming in here having won a couple of titles. You must feel that you're ready to claim a big ranking one, aren't you?
As I said after I won my first Players' Championships down, it's got to happen soon. It's got to happen soon. No ifs, buts, maybes, it has to happen.
Congratulations, Carl. We'll see you in the quarterfinals.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.